Peace, family. This is Ernest, one half of Remnants Gathering. Man, just thanking y'all once again for continually supporting us and being with us. Weirdo gang in the house. Y'all know what it is. But anyway, on this video, I'm just coming to you, just wanting to share my experiences in this process of the spiritual emergency. Yesterday on the live, Cam dealt with the process of undergoing this spiritual emergency and what it is and what it's like. And it's not to be confused with the spiritual awakening. That's something totally separate. And it can possibly, because of the signs and the symptoms that one may experience while going through either, they can be confused and coupled together as it being all one and the same thing, but it's not. The spiritual emergency. And so right now in my life, in this spiritual process of unlearning and relearning, I am at an emergency and I need help. And so guess what? I can't call on nobody else for help. I have to rely on myself to be the assist man and the help that I need, because guess what? No one can do it for me. My wife is such a wonderful soul, such an amazing soul, and help. Holding space for me and doing all of the things necessary to help me as a partner, as lover, as friend, to get to the place that I desire to be as well. And so she's an accountability partner, and she helps me to see myself better than I can see myself, as an experiential participant. And so just dealing with this spiritual emergency. For me personally, I have an extreme case of defensiveness. Pretty much that's my baseline. I am hot and cold. I am, for one moment, I'll be good. I'll be happy. I'll be cool. I'll be collected, easygoing, fun. And then the next minute, I can be attitudinal. I can be very defensive. I get easily agitated and triggered by the smallest and minute thing, whether it's a occurrence, whether it's something said. But that is my default. That is my baseline. That is pretty much my energy field where I operate from, especially if I am not being present, being aware, and being conscious of being present. And so some of the things that I find myself doing, as I stated, is lashing out. Lashing out and responding and reacting to things that are brought to my attention or things that are said. And so I tend to play the victim. Because of some of the trauma that I experienced growing up as a child, it caused me to be the victim. You know what I'm saying? And so in a lot of instances, I find myself, and I can only speak about it now because I am going through the process and I am learning with the help of a lot of professionals out there that are definitely talking about this phenomenon. But I find myself in a lot of ways energetically being dissonant. And so this dissonance that I experience energetically, it causes frictions. It causes uncomfortable environment. And so from my wife, to the children. There are times because of me allowing myself to be triggered, and I get so defensive that it's just not cool to be around me. And they share that with me. They may not want to talk to me. When they see me in this particular space, they say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to deal with him right now. He on one. I'm going to go about my business. And so I am now, from time after time after time of experiencing these tendencies and patterns of mine, and especially seeing the effect that it has on my loved ones, it grieves me, and it's definitely gotten to the point to where I'm sick of it, and without procrastination or hesitation, it's just like, no, I'm going to overcome this. And so experiencing all of those ups and downs, those emotional roller coaster type situations, like I say, sometimes, within the same conversation, that's what's crazy. Within a conversation, I can go from we here to you don't even know who I am. You might look and be like, where Ernest go? You know what I'm saying? And so I'm learning, and with the help of my loved ones in this environment, I'm able to see myself better. You may not have a support system or people around you that can call you out on your bullshit like I have that can call me out on my bullshit. So one thing that you can do to help yourself is to practice being mindful. We talked about it, we talk about it, but it's just that simple, being mindful, but being vigilant and being hypersensitive to the point to where you're really guarding every thought, you're guarding your reactions, you're guarding your responses. So it's basically like a filter. And so we have to self-filter ourselves. And so I'm learning the practice of self-filtering everything. Someone says something to me I don't like, I'm the type of person, I'll respond. Now, we already know sometimes it's best to just not even respond. Some things I said, for example, we can be around the house and it could be something so minute and so simple as, especially if Cam or my youngest child come to me and say, I'm trying to think of an example. This shit happens so much. It's so crazy that in most instances, I'm so just by default. This is my general mode. It's almost like an automaton state to where I operate off of this emotional seesaw, for lack of words. And so I'm up and down, up and down, up and down. And so that creates a very chaotic environment, to the point to where my loved ones don't know if, man, I'm smooth and cool and calm and collected, and hey, this is an evening that we gonna have fun, we're gonna enjoy ourselves, or it's a situation or a circumstance where I'm agitated and I'm mad and I'm upset about something. And so guess what? Everybody's an enemy. Everybody is out to get me. And that is usually the baseline that I operate from. Now, I've come to learn that I operate from that baseline due to some compartmentalized trauma and suppressed emotional trauma that was never dealt with. Now, whether it was from childhood experiences or past life situations, it is what it is. But spiritual emergency is real. Spiritual emergency is becoming more and more common for those of us who have awakened and have gone through the process of shadow working, really going deep within yourself to identify some of the issues and fix some of the issues, to heal from these issues, to be better, to be basically just your higher self. You know what I'm saying? And so some of the things that I can share that may help you, that have been helping me, is to confide in someone who's knowledgeable about this stuff. Confide in it could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be a spouse, it could be a therapist, it could be a psychotherapist. But you want to talk to someone who specializes in perhaps transpersonal psychotherapy, that can understand from a spiritual standpoint what you may be going through. So one thing is, definitely don't confide in no one who's not knowledgeable about the spiritual place that you're in right now, the spiritual journey that you're going through. By confiding in someone who's not familiar with that, they probably won't understand the terminology that you use. When you start talking about some of your candid experiences that you're having, you may be viewed as psychotic and crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, definitely confide in someone. We all need someone to talk to. We all need someone to help us to see ourselves as we need to be seen truthfully, and then to be able to process through it. And so you definitely want to have someone to talk to that is knowledgeable, whether it's a professional or someone who is going through a spiritual awakening or a spiritual emergency that can offer some type of advice. A second thing that you would want to do is to definitely be aware. Make this a practice of being more aware of your energy, being more aware of your energy body, your energetic body, being more aware and present in every moment. That will definitely help you. Now, by being aware, by being present in every moment, it allows you to identify what the trigger may be, identify what the response pattern is or the tendencies are, to better help you to be able to, so to speak, set a catch or set a trap or set a door. So I look at it as though when I fall into these sunken places, because that's what I'll classify that as a sunken place, because it's not the higher self and it's not the energy that you want to be putting forth. You know what I'm saying? If the people around you, they love you, they love being around you, and I get that. I'm that type of individual that people like being around me. I'm a great person. At the same time, I got all of my issues like anybody else, but I'm cool. I'm a fun person. I love to have fun, and I can get along with anybody. I can talk to anybody, and so that type of people just enjoy being around. And so being present and being aware in whatever setting or whatever environment I'm in. When I say being present and being aware, I mean being present and aware inside, internally, with yourself, to be able to catch yourself, to be able to detect whether or not your nervous system is peaking, to be able to identify if you're getting upset, if you're getting agitated, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're starting to be any type of energy that is not fully grounded. You want to be aware of it. And so being aware and being present is definitely a huge portion. Another thing, I've said it, but that's grounding. Grounding. There are many exercises that you can employ to ground yourself. I've tried everything from fist of anger to just grounding meditations, to stomping, dancing, just going outside and really allowing yourself to connect with earth, walking barefoot, just outside. There are a number of different methods and techniques to ground yourself. Breathing exercises, so many different type of breathing exercises, but all of these help to ground you. And there again are a lot of different teachers out here that share tips, techniques, and some exercises as to grounding yourself, and really grounding yourself to be, again, present, to be aware what you're experiencing. And so I would say that those things will definitely help you in light of being a better manager of this spiritual emergency that we're in. You may not have fully encountered or fully come into the spiritual emergency right now on your path, but we know and we truly have experienced during the awakening a lot of triggers that let us know that we're in a state of an emergency. And so when, as I've stated, I have the seesaw of emotional roller coaster experiences, that's an emergency. And I need help. And I'm the only one that can help myself, just like you're the only one that can help yourself. And so please take some time, journal, sit with yourself, write down some things that you realize that you're doing that is not conducive to healthy development, that is not conducive to a healthy environment, a healthy relationship, relationship with your significant other, relationship with your children, business relationships, friendships. It doesn't matter. But all of these relationships are affected by the inability in a lot of ways to not be in the energy field of love and in the energy field of peace and harmony and tranquility. And the only way that we can do those things is by some of those practices that I just shared. And so I just want to say, continue to follow us, continue to support this channel. As time goes on, we're creating content that will be definitely a instrument in helping you to get to where you want to be. We're working on webinars, but the goal is for us to heal. The goal is for us to heal our hearts, heal our relationships, just heal ourselves. How can we love and how can we express the greatest amount of compassion and love if we're not first compassionate and loving to ourselves? And I firsthand have experienced the negative side of all of that, because I come from a place of not being a self-loving individual. I feel like I love myself, but then subconsciously, the program that I have allowed to run in the background has not been conducive to me leveling up and elevating myself to be the man that I want to be and desire to be for myself, for the people around me. And so I just say, keep pushing, keep seeking, keep searching. The more and more you search for ways to help yourself, the more and more you're going to find ways to help yourself. And so, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for just being a part of our experience. We hope that you all can continue to grow from the information that we share. And man, like we always say, man, your third eye has just been kissed. Peace.